You're back. I've been monitoring the dark web. I barely managed to stop the video from spreading. The incident hasn't grown any bigger, for now. How are things with you?
Less than promising. Or to use a different phrase, we're in deep trouble. We're running out of time. Let's retrace our steps and evaluate the situation. From the data we've collected, there are 3 avenues we can explore. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information. The next angle is what the victims have in common. Distasteful as that discussion may be.
I understand. So the
Tenuous connections. Enough of this nonsense. The next angle.
Distasteful discussion.
A mere glance at their background would indicate they share no commonalities. However, after browsing through their online records, you discovered they all wield influence on the space station's dark web. Lady Asta must know what this means. The next angle is what the victims have in common. Distasteful as that discussion last is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human combustion.
The link between the 3 is...
First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information. The next angle is what the victims have in common. Distasteful as that...
I understand. So the answer is...
Tenuous connections. Enough of this nonsense. The next angle is what the victims have in common.
I understand. So the answer is...
Tenuous connections. The next angle.
Distasteful discussion.
A mere glance at their background would indicate, however, Lady Asta. The next angle is what the victims have in common. Distasteful as that discussion may be. Last is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human During prior unrest, instigated by the Everflame Mansion, some testified to seeing miscreants materialize from the Inferno. The flickering tongues of Duke Inferno's fire carrying a certain property, and this property is the secret behind spontaneous human combustion. Look, the answer is right there. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous. The kindling of this unique flame must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for, and Duke Inferno is evidently spawned from it.
I understand.
Tenuous connect. The kindling of this unique flame must be the missing curio that Hurt has been.
I understand.
Tenuous connect. The kindling of this unique flame.
I understand.
Tenuous connect. The kindling of.
Somebody was once able to glimpse the traces of the phase flame. If Ifrit is a scion of the phase flame...
The kindling of this unique flame must be the missing. I fear that this is the truth. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions.
I understand.
Tenuous connections. This booklet
It's the phase. However, she lived for a mere The phase flame shifted into a different...
This booklet the kindling of this unique flame. I fear that... This booklet describes the kindling of this unique flame. I fear that... This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions.
I understand.
tenuous connections.
It's the phase. However, she lived for a mere... The phase flame...
I fear. This booklet, I fear that undoubtedly, an Adler already... This booklet describes a kind of fire...
I understand.
Tenuous I fear. This kindling... I fear. This book...
It's the phase flame. However, she lived... The phase flame...
I fear that this is the truth, Adler.
I understand.
Tenuous I fear. This booklet...
It's the phase... However, she lived... The phase flame...
This kindling of this unique flame... I fear that this booklet describes a kind... I fear that this is the truth, Adler discovered. When should I believe this as a scion of the thing? That is the truth of the spontaneous human We don't know where the victims went, but Duke Inferno's plan is now clear. And the sudden and consecutive disappearances provided the best environment for chaos to fester. Once the seed of unrest has sprouted, he will then send out an announcement for an imminent attack. It will push the crisis from the dark into the light, catalyzing it into new growth and bloom. The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
It was all a premeditated trap to stir up chaos on the space station.
We're running out of time.
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Indeed, it needs one more spark.
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. If it were me, I wouldn't give you the chance.
Could it be?
Huh? What is it?
Stay calm. Asta was merely teleported. Her life was not in danger. Based on first-hand experience, I have ascertained that Ifrit's flame is simply a splinter of the primordial phase flame, lacking any phase shift ability. Logic. Asta is still within the confines of the space station.
That flame must still be somewhere inside the station. Find it, and we'll find a way to bring her back.
A splinter, you say? The arrogance of the gifted is charming in its own way.